target with his three.
Kevin, enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
Curry against Collison. Here's Cousins. There's the bucket. Good. Cousins has got 6.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And stolen by Cousins. To the paint. Here's McLemore, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk part coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively,
Got
ready
it.
to react and make a play.
How in the
If you have any
world
questions
did
for
they
me in the
let him
chat,
get
you can
that
just
wide
type them in there and I'll try to answer them.
Leading.
But I would like to ask anybody, like, what is y'all favorite team? If y'all have a favorite team in the NBA,
Warmed up offensively. No buckets
what do you,
yet in the
who do you
game for
really
him.
root for?
McLemore dishes to Collison. Inside, kicks it out to Gay. From past the arc, Barnes grabs the miss.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. The Warriors, 4th.
You know, a solid three-point game can be the cornerstone of an effective offense. I mean, it adds a little pop and punch to what a team is doing offensively. And last year, this team was not made up of just good three-point shooters. They had great three-point shooters.
Now here's Curry. From the top of the key, he buries it. Curry's got 5.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Well, it's been 4 years now since the new ownership group took over in Golden State, and I think they've got to be proud of how they've turned this organization around in a short time. 2 straight trips to the playoffs. That actually equaled their total over the previous 20 seasons.
Here's Collison. Left side Collison. Gay a screen on Curry. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Misses the wing J.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Iguodala the pass to Barnes. On the wing, Iguodala puts up a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
I'm on
not
fire
sure
right
that was
now.
the play they had set up, but it was too good a
Not
look to
bad.
pass up.
Outside Collison. Pass to Gay. Cousins with a screen on Iguodala. Gay. And he banks in the layup.
That's his first make after 4 straight misses to start the game, so it's got to be a relief for him.
And Doris Burke spoke with George Karl. Doris?
A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
Thanks a lot, Doris. So the Kings call timeout. They're first. And some changes here for the Kings. Hollins has checked in, and it's Evans in for Carl Landry. Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Green. Lee comes in for Andre Iguodala. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
It's fine, but
Now here's Collison. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out to the wing. And McLemore kicks to Evans. And the layup's good off the glass.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Here is Livingston. Kicks it out to Barbosa. Got a piece of it. Right wing. Here's Livingston. He's on target from 8 feet out.
Ooh, missed that first three, but I got the ball back.
2 points.
Tough matchup there defensively. He just doesn't have the height or the length to bother that shot.
With all that Sean Livingston went through with his horrific injury a few years back, you know, Steve, it's amazing just to see him out there on the floor playing basketball.
Yeah, I remember seeing that live. It was one of the most awful things to see on a basketball court. And I just have so much respect for Livingston, the way he's continued to grind it out and carve out a career for himself. He's become a very, very good player.
And with Livingston, you know, he had to adjust the way he played after the injury, but was able to pick things up on the fly as he managed to be a contributor on every team that he's been on since the injury. And I think that says an awful lot about him as a player and as a person.
Well, with Livingston, as you said, he had to adjust his game a lot, you know, after the injury, but he was so skilled coming into the league that you knew he'd find a way to become a positive influence on the floor. He's not one-dimensional at all. He can do a lot of things out there.
They get it again. Feeds it to Barnes. And the three off target.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
McLemore with the ball. Bogut picks him up, and McLemore kicks to Miller. Rudy Gay on the wing. Covered by Barbosa. Good. Gay's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Looks like he's trying to find a groove in this game. Just hasn't had it dialed in yet.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Livingston kicks to Barbosa. From deep three-point range, and it's Barbosa again missing.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the board.
It's Gay with the drive. It's good. This game is all even. Gay's got 6 points. Here's Livingston, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline.
Well, that's the first quarter. Pretty good game so far.
And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers take on DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings. Don't miss it.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
The Warriors shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one.
It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's Lee and Bogut inside. Livingston is out there with Barbosa, and it's Iguodala in at the small forward spot. Now here is Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Getting back to the Kings and getting back to the playoffs. Steve, they have some pieces now, they feel.
Yeah, I mean, but you need more than just talent. You know, you need a couple of stars, and you need a full commitment from everybody on the floor. Look, this is a young team. I think they're moving in the right direction, but they've got to continue to grow together. I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Dishes to Bogut. And here's Iguodala outside. Shot's good. Iguodala's got 6 points.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
The screen from Thompson. Miller kicks to Evans. And here's McLemore. Tries it from 9. Warriors with the rebound. Iguodala's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by McLemore. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Miller dishes to Evans. Miller kicks to McLemore. Passes to Thompson. There's the feed to McLemore. 4 on the clock. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. McLemore's got the game tied up here for the Kings. Golden State's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Sacramento making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Evans. And it's Collison in for Ben McLemore. Golden State also making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Bogut. Klay Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Now, here is Miller. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. To the middle. It's Curry with the drive.
Well, Steph Curry, of course, deadly from outside the arc. But last season, he tried to improve his ability to get to the rim. In fact, he significantly increased his points in the paint last year.
And for Curry improving his driving ability, he already had the handles, but he tried to work on his strength to ward off contact.
And Kevin, you know, film study is also playing a role in that progression and development. And he not only improved his finishing ability inside, he also got to the line more often, a result of being more confident in his strength.
Now, here's Thompson. And for 3, Collison. And that one's good. Collison's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Lee, left side. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Looking at David Lee, you know, guys, the one thing that really stands out about him, and there's a lot, but a very well-rounded offensive game.
Well, he's so mobile. He's an ambidextrous finisher around the rim. He can step out and hit that mid-range jumper. You know, the ability to use both hands kind of reminds me of you, Kevin, how you sometimes hold the mic in your left hand, sometimes with the right.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, one thing about Steve, he is observant. You know that. He doesn't miss much.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Now, here's Curry. 13 points in the game.
That's over there.
It's Iguodala with the drive. Stolen by Landry. Outside Collison. Landry kicks to Collison. Cousins with a screen for Collison. And there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Collison. And it's a 4-point Sacramento lead.
And David Lee is great playing off the ball in the pick and roll. He really is one of the very best at that particular skill. He can put it on the deck, handles it in many ways like a guard in 6-7 dribble situations. And with his passion, he can punish the defense for trying to help and double team him.
Now Collison after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Back to Miller. Again, Sacramento.
Nice.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And you talk about Lee's versatility. He can score with his back to the basket or up, a real triple threat from the high post.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Sacramento. The Warriors also with a sub. Barnes is checked in.
Last year's Warriors and where they ranked in the NBA. A chance to check that out now, Kevin. 4th in three-point field goal percentage. 4th in opponent shooting percentage. And they also showed up in the top 5 in team rebounds. That means everybody's doing their job on the boards. This is a very strong rebounding team.
And how about the spacing that we saw from this team last year, Clark? You mentioned the three-point shooting in the top 5 in terms of field goal percentage from long range. And
nice.
I think it was a direct result of great unselfish play. And it helps when you can employ that inside-out
Do you thank y'all for watching? If you are enjoying, I really do appreciate it.
For that three-point shot.
Here's Collison, misses from short
Nice
range.
block.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Iguodala gets the bucket.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he
Goes
attacks the
man-to-man.
rim on the dead run.
There was a time when the Kings were one of the powerhouses out of the West, but they've been stuck at the bottom for almost a decade now.
Well, in the Western Conference, Kevin, it's hard to get out of the doldrums. The Kings just haven't quite been able to match up with the top teams out that way.
Curry can't get it to go.